One of the turtles here at the Nature Center is Leonard. Leonard is a wood turtle, and one of his favorite things to do is to try and bite you. Leonard has a very interesting story as to how he became such a biter. Meanwhile, in Madrid, the issues didn't start until Saturday, when the water from the Grass River behind me was 1 to 2 feet under these arches of the bridge right here. The bridge became closed on Saturday. However, according to Town Supervisor Anthony Cooper, the issue wasn't with the bridge. Both the prosecution and defense are waiting on more details of the case. They say one thing that's making it more challenging is they are working with 2 different jurisdictions, the local authorities in Lewis County and in Pennsylvania, where Van Bergen was arrested. The next court date is set for the end of July. Noah Love, 7 News. Here at the post-race party, everybody's having a drink, having a good time, celebrating the race. But not only are they celebrating the race, they're celebrating that it didn't rain. Every Boilermaker there has been, it has never rained on the day. So that means 48 Boilermakers with no rain. Noah Love, Spectrum News.
All right, this looks fun. Take a look at what looks like surfing, but we're on the St. Lawrence River for this story tonight. 7 News reporter Noah Love tells us about e-foil. That's what this is called. And Noah tries it out.
E-foiling. It's the new wave of sports out on the waves.
E-foiling is an evolution of surfing. It's basically an electric flying surfboard, and the cool thing about the e-foil is you don't need waves. You can ride in any condition.
Jones owns Thousand Islands Foil and is associated with a company that builds the boards in Puerto Rico, where he lives in the winter. In the summer, the St. Lawrence River is where he teaches people a new talent.
I grew up surfing in Southern California, and when I moved here, I no longer was able to surf, but I figured out you could foil in any conditions, and then I fell in love with foiling and e-foiling, and here we are today. The battery goes on the board just like this.
E-foil is powered by a lithium-ion battery. With a 2-hour charge, it uses a propeller, sort of like an airplane, to make the carbon fiber board hover over the water. As much fun as it is, it's very much a balancing act. You control the speed of the e-foil with a remote in your hand. The more you pull the trigger, the faster you go, and you climb out of the water. Jones makes it look easy. I had a hard time mastering the sport. Fall, after fall, after fall. I'm told practice is key.
I'm so proud and to share my love of foiling with the river and get people out there and flying and see the looks on their face when they experience that too.
Jones says that although e-foiling is only a couple of years old, it's growing exponentially and that it's definitely a unique experience. Noah Love, 7 News.
Nothing I love more than to be able to go out on this golf course and beat anybody.
Ricky Riley started his golf career at a young age.
The amount of hours I've spent here is probably a sickening amount of hours.
He put in so many hours on the golf course once he realized faster sports weren't going to work out for him.
Golf has truly taken over my life, and as a short stature athlete, to be able to take a sport so seriously and have opportunities, it means the world. It's the coolest thing.
Riley has dwarfism, and one of those opportunities was the Adaptive Golf Open, where people with disabilities compete on a national stage.
We're going to go out and we're going to show you that not only we're the best adaptive golfers in the world, to us, we think we can be the best golfers in the world no matter what.
Growing up, Riley would have to use youth clubs or cut down a regular-sized club. To perform at the highest level, he recently got a custom set of clubs from the leading adaptive golf company, Ping.
For Ping to send me these clubs and have them ready to go right out of the box, it's so cool as a short stature athlete.
While driving to practice earlier this year, Riley got a call that changed his life.
I immediately called my dad.
He got the call that he would be competing for Team USA at the Phoenix Cup, the adaptive golf version of the Ryder Cup.
You know, it means the world. It's so cool. It gives me goosebumps to think that I'm going to be representing my country and giving it my best and doing what we can to send the Europeans back home overseas with a little frown on their face.
In September, Team USA will be welcoming the European team to Arizona, which will put Riley on an international stage. He's hoping to inspire people like him.
At the end of the day, if I can inspire one kid, whether they have a disability or not, just to know that there is a future for them. And, you know, whether they play golf, whether they play video games, whether they play whatever, all I want is for somebody to know that there's a place in this world for them.
Noah Love, Spectrum News. It's all about inclusion. Challenger Baseball began in 1989 across the country and right here in New York State. Anyone with intellectual or physical disabilities can join, and there are leagues for all ages, from kids to adults. Dom Cambieri has been running one of those leagues for 23 years and is astonished by the growth he's seen.
It's going to be just pure joy to watch and be part of.
For Syracuse Challenger, this is a very special season, their 43rd. Cambieri says that makes them one of the longest running leagues in the country. And with 300 players involved, they're one of the most popular as well. They have athletes who have been playing for a couple years, and others for a decade, like Gina Gondik.
I'm always excited when it comes to the season because I'm the oldest on my team, and my teammates look up to me as like a mother figure.
As the popularity and involvement in the game has grown, the demand for baseball fields has also increased. Most leagues rely on school and community fields. Other leagues across the state have added specialized adapted fields specifically for their players. Syracuse Challenger will open their new facility next summer.
It fulfills our dream, which is now 19 years in the making, to accommodate our entire league at one site.
But no matter where these games are played, there's something that touches everyone involved.
When I watch any player go up to the plate, swing the bat, make contact, and run down that first base line around the bases with a smile that's as mile wide, feeling like they have become something, a part of something that's bigger than themselves, that makes it all worth for me.
My favorite part of baseball is I would do run really fast and throw really fast and swing the bat really hard.
Finn O'Brien doesn't just play. He doubles as the announcer for his team. He plays walk-up songs and announces every at-bat.
I want to be in field, store the points, and have so much fun here tonight. With so much baseball!
Noah Love, Spectrum News.
You hear about missing pets all the time, but usually it's a dog or a cat. It's almost never an emu. But as 7 News reporter Noah Love tells us, that's what happened at Old McDonald's farm near Sackett's Harbor this week.
It wasn't a normal Tuesday at Old McDonald's farm near Sackett's Harbor. One minute, Edward the emu was in his enclosure. The next, he wasn't.
I found out when I just came back from eating breakfast that he got out, and I was here before that, and he was in his pen.
The farm believes it was not random that he jumped the 5 feet to get out.
Yeah, we think that something scared him. There's been some critter predators hanging around.
First, Edward jumped over a low spot in his fence, then jumped into the pig's pen nearby, then over 3 electrical fences and into a 300-acre cornfield.
We determined that he was staying pretty close, but we hadn't quite figured out a plan yet to get him back to the farm.
Although they did not have a plan, 13-year-old Colin Robbins was on the case.
So I just took my binoculars on my dad's truck and kind of drove our side-by-side around all day and just kept my distance and watched him.
They eventually got close to Edward and petted him. To get him back, they remembered something they had seen online.
I had read online on Facebook in an emu owners group that I'm in that if you put a sock over their face, like a tube sock, that'll just kind of disorient them, and then you can, get them to do what you want.
That's exactly what they did. They put him in the back of a side-by-side and then back into his pen. But 3 days later, Edward is still not fully himself.
Still a little upset, doesn't really want to come outside much.
The farm says they will be keeping a better eye on Edward from now on and has fixed the spot where he jumped out. Noah Love, 7 News. On your mark, get set, go.
Have a great run.
Trading pavement for pine needles. These runners are finding their stride where the road ends and the trail begins. Trail running combines the endurance of long-distance running with the unpredictability of the outdoors.
Trail running just brings in a whole different, skill set and just kind of just a different enjoyment of running. It's just you can kind of be out in nature, experience different things. And it's really good for your body to kind of have different terrains.
Jonathan Griffiths organizes races in the Rochester area for a group called Run Our Trails. He says trail running is more for enjoyment rather than finish time.
When you're running on the road, you kind of are looking at the numbers a little bit more. When you're on the trail, you know, if the course is 3 miles or 3.3, you know, it's not going to matter as much. Where when you're looking to hit that 5K, you know, time, you're going to be a little bit more, you know, you're going to be looking at that, you know, that watch a little more carefully.
This race was 3 miles, and Robin Rosechandler says running in the trail on a hot night has added benefits.
The fact that it was a trail race, which means you're covered by all the trees and you have shade, made it a lot easier. It puts me in nature a little bit more and kind of gets me in one with the beautiful space that we have in Rochester.
Between the steep climbs and water breaks, strangers often become friends.
So it's been, you know, really neat in that way to see it not just be, you know, like a group of friends, but it's people that come together and then become a group of friends, you know, here, you know, during the race.
That sentiment rings true with Rosechandler.
I kind of needed like a community base, and this is where I found it, and it feels really homey.
Out on the trail, it's not just about crossing the finish line. It's about the journey, the scenery, and the people you meet along the way. Noah Love, Spectrum News.